partly to mostly cloudy this morning. Maybe a shower, scattered thunderstorms later, some with strong gusty winds. So beware. We have a heat advisory in effect too. Very hot with highs in the mid 90s. Meteorologist Mike Favetta with a detailed Garden State forecast. Good morning, Mike. Does this? We had 90s yesterday, right? So
We
90s
did.
today. If we have 90s tomorrow, that's a heat wave at that point, right?
It is. I don't think we'll make it to that 90-degree mark tomorrow. We're going to come very close, though. It all depends on the timing of the cold front that drops the temperature quickly tomorrow afternoon, kind of giving us that refreshing feel to start our weekend, which will be nice. But today, another day, what will feel like triple-digit heat, especially as the sun gets going early this morning. So the visible satellite, as the sun is rising, you see the clouds here kind of illuminate with that sunrise. Very pretty this morning. With the clouds that are over New Jersey, there's some clearing working across the Delaware. So we'll tap into that heat very quickly, and it'll be a full day of sunshine with a lot of hot weather, helping temperatures even at the beaches. This is what's so rare about this. With the southwesterly breeze, not much of a sea breeze today. It will be 95 out on LBI there in Manahawk and Atlantic City. 94 for you, 94 in Avalon, Stone Harbor, and right down toward Wildwood and Cape May. And that is something that we're not used to at the beaches. Typically, you get that sea breeze that comes in 2, 3 o'clock. Not the case today. Further inland, yes, you're used to the heat well west of the Parkway, but it's all about the heat index today that by 4 o'clock will feel like 101 in Newark, 100 up in Hackensack, 100 over in Trenton, 101 in Camden, and 97 down in Medford. So a lot of heat and humidity today. Not so much tomorrow. We drop quickly. It'll feel like 83 degrees, almost 20 degrees cooler 24 hours later. So that'll be a nice drop in temperature, a drop in humidity, and that sets up a very pleasant feel for Saturday, back only in the 80s by the afternoon. I think Sunday is a little bit more hot and humid, with the temperature again feeling like we're back up in the 90s through the end of the weekend. So a little bit of relief on the way. Great day to head toward the beaches and enjoy some pleasant, wow, we've hit 100 degrees on 4 years going back from 1988, 97, 2012, and 1946, all there for that record. So quite a bit of hot weather to be expected on a day like today as we head in through the official dog days of summer when the star Sirius is high in the sky. I wanted to give you the today's tides because this afternoon your high tide at 114 over in Atlantic City, and with a little bit of upwelling, some of that water temperature has cooled off a bit. So to find the warmer water, head up north towards Sandy Hook. You have a water temperature last report of 80 degrees. That is very pleasant. That's just 4 degrees cooler than the Gulf of Mexico. So nice. You don't have to travel very far to experience that tropical water and tropical warmth. UV index today a 9, very high, mostly sunny at the beaches, and a great day to head out on the water. High tide over in Barnegat Bay, 1:31 p.m. and the bay water temperature nice and warm. So a low risk of rip currents for all of the Monmouth and Ocean beaches. If you head down toward Burlington and Atlantic counties through Cape May County, you have a moderate risk of rip currents there. Again, that's primarily due to the wind direction, kind of going in line and parallel to the shore. As far as today, there is a small risk of severe weather. It's very isolated, and the primary threat of that is the wind that takes us into this evening. But again, you'll be hard-pressed to find a thunderstorm today. Most of the day, we're sunny and dry and warm, and it stays that way into this evening. Here's the cold front that comes through later on in the day tomorrow, sweeps on by, clears us out, cools us down, and makes us feel very pleasant going into Saturday morning. I think Saturday may have a late day shower or sprinkle, but it clears out by Sunday. So Sunday is actually looking like the better day with that front that pushes through. Got a lot of sunshine on the board, and it'll feel pleasant going into the second half of the weekend with a little bit more heat and humidity. After today's heat, we're back in the upper 80s tomorrow, which is average. Saturday feels great with the low humidity, very pleasant, and Sunday, again, quick morning shower, but I think we're sunny by the afternoon. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday offers lots of heat. We're back in the mid 80s, approaching 90, but I don't think make it quite yet. So enjoy that. By the way, if we head down the shore tomorrow, the cold front doesn't sweep through until later on in the day, so you have the better chance of getting that heat wave, of reaching 90 degrees by the end of the day tomorrow down at the shore points. Dry and cool on Saturday, passing shower chance on Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, very pleasant with lots of sun, a little bit more humidity working back in, wrapping up the month of July, well, hot. And I think it'll stay that way going into this week. But to have another weekend in a row, Ken, I think is making people very happy. Maybe even extend the weekend because tomorrow's going to be so gorgeous for your Friday. Lots of clear weather, lots of sunshine around. It'll feel quite nice.
There you go. And as a multiple certification meteorologist, it is the equivalent of a medical doctor. You could write a note excusing people. So if everybody just text Mike or do what I would do because I'm old, send him a fax. We'll put up the
Oh,
fax
fax.
number.
Yes, let me connect
Remember
my fax
faxes?
machine to my non-existent copper phone line. And I'll get right on that. Yeah, we pay $40 a
Ah,
month for a copper phone line that nobody uses anymore.
do you still have it? You,
I mean, I see the jack in the wall, but I don't think anything's been plugged in there for decades.
there's probably spider webs in there. All right, Mike. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.